Is everything plugged in? Yeah, like nothing's happening on my. Oh, okay. Now it's making things happen. Can you guys hear me now? Is it making noise now? Still no audio. Fuck. Audio now? Okay. Now I've got sound. Does it sound loud? Does it sound okay? I moved some stuff around um in my space down here. I don't know if it's better. I don't know if I like it. I'm still getting used to it. I don't think I have the greatest desk in the world for this, to be honest with you, but I'm trying to make do with what I have. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah. Okay, sounds good. Cool. Yeah, so I've been listening back a lot. I was watching my Angelina Jordan video for put that one out that we did the other day, and somebody said that like the audio is like insanely different, like from like between the things, and I'm like I don't want it to sound that bad. My settings are like literally the same as they are on like OBS when they are on Streamlabs, but for some reason my microphone doesn't come up and pick up exactly the same, so I think I have to keep it a lot closer to my mouth, and I just have been trying to figure out like where the hell to keep it where it's not going to bother me and it's not going to look stupid on the screen and it actually can like pick up decent audio versus me having to just scream. It sounds like you're in a can. Is that typically or today? Are we saying it sounds worse than normal? Like if this is one of those days where like I shouldn't even record, then maybe that's just how it should be. Maybe I'll just talk to you guys today instead of actually recording your reactions. Yeah, you sound totally different now that the sound is on. I don't know what that means. Does that mean is it a better thing or a worse thing? Sounds thumbs up. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go roll with the fact that it might sound okay. Yes, different than normal. Yeah, again, I hate to be this guy, Mo, but it doesn't necessarily help my brain. Different than the normal, as in better than normal, or because normal is not good. You know what I'm saying? So if it sounds worse now, then that's not good either. You know what I mean? The idea is to get it better, not worse. But I do see that Aaron has said thumbs up. So I'm hoping that means okay. I hope it means it's all right. Man, I was on a good little intro today too, man. I was a little all over the place. Intro. Gonzo, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Cosmic, so to say, I'm gonna say hi to you now. Aaron, I didn't say hi. I haven't said hi to anybody technically, so I'm just gonna say hi to everybody. Anna, good to see you as well. Glad you made it home safe through the rain. Um, no sounds worse to me, but not saying it sounds bad for everyone else. Okay, all right. We'll have to see how it sounds when I play it back because I can't hear myself now. You know what I mean? And like I said, I just did move some of my shit around, so I probably fucked with something again. Sound is a little more squished than normal, but it sounds okay. Let's see. Let me see if my any of my settings are actually turned on here. Yeah, it says they're all on here. I might have to go back and take a look at them again, though. I'm not gonna do that with you guys all on here. If it sounds okay, I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna do them. I want to listen to some music, to be honest with you guys, and I want. I'm a little sad. I'm a little sad. To be honest with you, um, I was talking a little bit about this whole taking Sunday back thing. Um, talked about it a few times now, but basically Sundays are just like the worst day in the world for me. I don't know why. No matter what happens, when I forget it's Sunday, it's still a day like this. But yeah, I'm just like in the kind of mood today where I feel I'm just very sad. I'm just very sad, even though I'm like I'm like in a good mood at the same time. Does that make sense? Um, my depression has been hard to explain lately. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what's been kind of like scary for me lately is the fact that like it's been difficult to manage more than normal. So again, I'm already getting emotional on here through a muffled tin can of a microphone. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at in my life, where um, when I start to worry myself is when I start to get the most, I guess, con- concerned about myself. All right, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. If we're gonna cry, Johnny, we're gonna cry because of the music today. That's what's gonna happen. Um, I have already got everything pulled up that I plan on listening to today. If you have, um, I don't know what we're gonna do with it. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. I kind of already have got the list of kind of what I was looking to do today. I didn't think I was going to be on here some crazy amount of time today, um, but I did want to get on here and record, and I did want to talk to you guys, and I wanted to listen to some music. So we have got first up on the list. We are going to listen to a song called "Territory" by The Blaze. Not familiar with this one at all. Um, this was that one comes to us from Rana. We're going to get into. I want to make sure I say Homeboy's name right again. Ali Bata. Ali Bata. I think I don't. I'm sure I'm probably butchering that, but uh, the magnificent talent that he is out there in Indonesia. We're going to check out his Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody that he does. We're going to check that out second. We're going to get into our voice of Bachprat that I have been wanting to get into for like 2 weeks now that I haven't got to yet. So we're going to get into what's the Holy Nobel today. Um, then we're going to get into Ren's Money Game Part 3. I don't know why I wanted to get into that one today, but I just did. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get in, check out God Rest You Merry Gentlemen by Liliac. That's a brand new song that they just put out. Rendition, whatever you want to call it, from Liliac. We're going to try to show them some love and support today, since that just literally came out. So we're going to check that out. And then we're going to finish with, I think this is Maul's request, something I think was supposed to be a little bit more on the fun and uplifting side, to kind of close out the stream today with Home Free. I think is artist name, and it's called The Butts Remix. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna get into, but I'm excited to check it out because I think it's gonna be fun. Um, yeah, a few people have asked me like because I've been talking so much about my mood lately, that people have asked me like, what kind of music do you like to listen to in these times? And I'm like, it changes literally almost within minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's my taste is very. I don't stay in a bag. I kind of get in there maybe for like 15, 20, 30 minutes maybe. You go through like and then I jump into like another kind of vibe. Like so it's just I never know where music is going to take me. Like one song will take me to a completely opposite direction. I never really know. So there's never really a great answer for that. You know what I mean? I've gotten some really great sad songs that people have shared with me lately. Excuse me. And I've gotten some like fun ones, some uplifting ones, some sad ones, some angry ones, a little all over the place. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't ever know what I want in the moment. But so I am in a sad mood today. So I kind of want some sad music at the same time. So I think that the first song we're getting into is going to be kind of like the saddest one of the day. So I think we're kind of going to get that one out of the way, and then everything else is going to be a little bit of a vibe changer. So I am excited about today's lineup. I know that I'm probably the weirdest guy to try to tune into anybody's live stream. To be honest with you, because I do musical couch surfing, as Steve likes to call it. So it's a little all over the place. I don't tend to stay on too many of sounds. You know what I mean? So I've tried and done stuff like that, and I honestly I didn't enjoy it as much. Like when we kind of did like the Japanese only like rock night, it was fun, but at the same time, I felt like it was like I was after like two, three songs, I'm like, I wanted to hear a different thing. You know what I mean? So that's how I've always been. You know what I mean? I'll go, like I said, send me on a little run, love it every moment of it, and then I'm on to the next thing. So that's just the way that I operate. And I appreciate you guys who hang out with me and enjoy that um, aspect of the show or the channel, if you will. So yeah, I do have like a ton of fucking things on my mind that I kind of want to talk about, but I don't. But I do want to say one thing that did get pointed out to me today before we get into this first song is that as much as my intentions are good and my intentions are pure, I do every once in a while and probably somewhat frequently do say things that I regret on here. And it's not a ton of things. I stand by a lot of the things that I say. And I do try my best to make sure I don't say anything that I will regret. Um, but I do sometimes say things that I regret. And somebody had brought up something about a recent video something I had said, and I'm not going to even talk about the video, what was said, or anything. I don't want to basically kind of give any of that kind of stuff any more attention, in case you don't have any clue what I'm talking about. But the one thing that I want to say is that it's never my intention to ever offend anybody. First and foremost, everything that I say, um, especially about particular groups of people, is always something that I feel very confident that I would say in front of those people. So it's never my intention to ever say anything that would get anybody's spine up that way, or say or talk about anything that I really shouldn't speak on. And I understand that some things are different, and cultural differences are definitely a thing sometimes as well in different parts of the world. And then I understand that because a lot of the people that I react to and talk about on this channel are from other places outside of the United States, and the conversations are different in those parts of the world. So I do understand that, and I don't ever want to offend anybody inadvertently. Does that make sense? So um, I will do my best to try to avoid the comment that I am apologizing for. I will do my best to try to avoid those kinds of things in the future, just because I do understand that it's a lot bigger than me. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's kind of pretty much where I want to leave it. So again, never meant to offend anybody. I didn't take any video down or anything like that. I just felt the need to say that because somebody did tell me, and just because it's not an American perspective on the situation doesn't mean that the thing that they brought up doesn't hold a lot of value, and it doesn't hold a lot of weight, and I totally understand that. So it's not worth really giving into whether it was right or wrong or not or anything like that. I'm just going to try to do my best to always just be respectful. And if some of those comments are just not taken the right ways in other parts of the world, totally get that. So I'll try to not touch on those things, if you will. But again, my intention is never to offend anybody, especially any kind of group of people, period. So we got that out of the way. And that person, we've already had that conversation, and I do want to thank them for sharing that with me as well, because it did give me a perspective of something I didn't really think about initially when I was like, oh, that's nobody around here would ever feel like that, based on what I said. And I was like, I would say that in front of that person every day of the week. And I think they would laugh what I said. But I can understand how that's not always the situation in other parts of the world. So, and those are bigger and more important issues than what I even said in the first place. So it's just not even worth talking about at that point. So cool. I feel better now about that. That really has been weighing on me a lot today. So that was really the biggest thing that I probably wanted to address today. Don't worry, guys. And I don't think there's nothing to worry about how my content is going to change or nothing like that. It's just one comment in one video that I was like, okay, I totally get what you're saying. And then we are all good. We are all good. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and check the chat real quick and see what's popping in the chat before we get into this first reaction, and then we are gonna start getting into them because I got one, two, three, four, five, six. Oh yeah, we got one, two, three. Yeah, we got six lined up. So yeah, so much for my quick night, right? You know what I mean? 17 minutes. Johnny hasn't played a song yet. We're gonna get on here. We're gonna do it before 24 minutes. 24 minutes. I'm giving myself 7 minutes to be on the safe side, but I think I'm gonna be faster. I think I'm gonna be faster. Oh yeah, somebody your mic is clipping every time you're not right in front of it. My life, man. Um, oh man, Dave, I'm seeing your note about your kidney stones and all that, man. That sucks, bro. Sorry you're having to go through that. Had a few friends that have had kidney stones, and I know that that's like they said one of the worst pains that they've ever experienced. And depending on the size of the stone that you have to pass and all that kinds of shit. So I know that just sucks in general, man. I'm sorry you're going through that, and the fact that you had to miss a show too. Thanks, Gonzo, for your comment about everything. Always trying to feel respectful. So yeah, it's. I think the majority of people understand where my heart and my intentions come from, but I can at the same time I can understand how if you don't know that or it's the first video you've ever watched, it could come across the wrong way. It really could. So I try to always kind of go in every reaction as if you're the same way as if you've been here the whole time. You know what I mean? So um, I feel like it just kind of makes it feel more like you're included if you're well. But at the same time, I can understand if it's your first time watching, then you're like, who the fuck is this guy, and why would he say that? You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I got. Like I said, it wasn't even that crazy of a thing. Like I said, it's a comment that I it's not. I'm not saying I stand on it or anything like that, but it wasn't something that I feel like I needed to remove like from the internet because it really gave a poor representation of who I was or anything like that. But again, I can understand the perspective. So nobody asked me to take it down or anything like that. So if somebody did, then I would consider it. But I don't think the majority of people took it that way. So again, I think I said it probably wasn't their first time seeing me talk about that particular artist. So um, yeah, that's what it is. But the other thing I had on my mind, but I'm going to save that for the Angelina Jordan live stream because that has specifically to do with something I said in the AJ video, um, a couple of videos with her. So, but yeah, I'll address that one on that live stream. There's no need to talk about it twice. So we'll save that one for that one. But I do have an apology to somebody on that one too. But that one's more specific, and I could talk more specifics on that one. All right. I don't know what's going on with my microphone. Is this any better? How about now? Is this better? Does that sound better, guys? How's that coming through? Is that coming through a little bit better? Hey, what's going on, Post Kebab? I'm so glad that you showed up today, my friend, because I really am. I'm so glad that you did because like literally the first thing I'm doing after I get off this live stream is recording your video. Your video. That was what I had as one of my exciting things for taking Sunday back to announce to tell you that we're recording the documentary tonight. Not on the live stream, not on the live stream because I don't want to do it that way. But as soon as I get off here, that's what I'm doing. So that will be out very, very, very soon. So I'm glad that you are on here. I don't know if you got my apology in the last video. I've apologized to you probably about 15 times on my live streams about how long it's been getting through that and appreciating your patience with me on that. If you haven't heard, if you don't know, your boy's been kind of going through it, but I'm finally coming out the other end. And there's like certain stuff where I want to make sure I'm giving my proper attention and my proper like love for the artist at the time when it like I needed to be able to do it. Does that make sense? And I'm like, this I haven't been motivated to do the documentary but I'm ready to do it. I'm feeling better, and I'm ready to knock it out because I'm excited to do it, and I haven't done Bandmade in a hot minute. And again, I feel bad about it. But somebody made a comment on one of my Japanese videos lately that has really got me fucked up about anything to do with the Japanese world. But I'm not trying to let that bother me. Again, the Wagaki band guys, they cannot stand your boy over there. You know what I mean? I got called like the worst YouTuber on the planet by like at least 6 people on that one. So yeah, that was people really did not like that one. I don't know what the hell I said in it, man. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. But I'm a little gun shy about the Japanese world. But the Bandmade fans have always been great, so I should not push me away from them. So again, coming out, I'm in a better headspace today than I had normally been. I am sad. I'm still in the sad boy bag for sure. Stuff definitely still in sad boy bag. But I'm coming out the other end. I'm coming out the other end. I've been through the worst of it, I think. I think this is just kind of the part of like when you start to feel better and then all of a sudden you start dipping back in a little bit. Like you take one step out, but then like the rest of your body's still in the pool. So you're just like, just go ahead and get back in. Why get out of it? You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I feel like I'm at in my world today. So that's where I'm at. I appreciate that, Polska Bob. I appreciate your patience with me, man. It really does mean a lot because, again, I stress myself out quite a bit about you guys. I feel like, especially you guys who have been around since like more the beginning days of the channel. You know what I mean? Like, your guys' viewership means more to me than I could probably really express because you guys were around and supported me when I was probably like the worst guy on the internet. You know what I mean? So you guys have always been very cool. So it's sad. It's sad to feel like I have let you guys down. You know what I mean? So um, I appreciate. I do. I do. I really do appreciate the patience. It sounds like a squelch setting turned too high on a CB radio, if you've ever experienced that from the listener side. Oh man, I don't know what's going on with the sound today, guys. Um, Jesse had taught me a couple of things about my equipment that I feel like I figured out, but I can't quite figure out what the deal is. Can't quite figure out what my problem is, but I feel like maybe it's getting a little better. He says you want it to be. He says you want to see it like halfway up the Joan, like when I'm talking, and I'm looking at my mic over there. And that one doesn't say that I'm clipping, and that one over there it barely says that I'm like showing anything at all. So I can't quite tell, really, if it's getting better or worse as I'm messing with these settings. I need y'all to tell me like if it's to the point where I really shouldn't like record a reaction because I would hate to waste my time and everybody else's time when I should just like cut it off for the night and go try to figure some shit out and do with this tomorrow. Does that make sense? So, I, or just do it on my OBS where I know it's going to sound better because like I said, I don't know for some reason that just sounds clear and it's where it's supposed to be and it hasn't messed it up at all. But the live streaming sucks through there. It always like fucks up. That's much better. Voice of Botchbot, new live, cool, 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 cool. Oh, one thing that might actually help is if I actually plug in my internet cable too. I don't have that plugged in either. But if my audio is sound, whatever you did, fix the whole issue on my end. Okay, perfect. We're gonna leave it where I left it then. So we're gonna leave it where I left it because I don't. There was like a little buzz I kind of somewhat here in my headphones, so I think that might have fixed the problem. So there's a new Voice of Bachaprat song, like a brand new one. Is that what I heard? Is that what someone's telling me? How are you doing today, my friend? Let me grab my cable. Bear with me. not sure. I'm not sure what's happening. Seems better. All right. I'm just gonna keep talking for a few minutes. I'm gonna pull this up, and you guys, I'm gonna pay attention to the chat to let me know if whether or not I should even record these or not. It seems like everything is going better and smoother. So if everything is straight and good, then we're gonna continue. Because Maul's saying that she is confused. I'm not sure what she's confused about because now you're confusing me. So if we're being honest, I'm confused now. I don't know. Is my audio sound okay? Am I able to record reactions? Should I call it quits and should I get off this live stream and look at my settings again? Like that's kind of where we're at in the world of figuring that out. Hit record and go, Johnny. Okay, bet. All right, man. All right. I'm seeing things come through. Sweet. Perfect. All right. We're going to go ahead and get into this song then. All right. Let me get this. That needs to be like that. We'll turn that off and we'll do an intro. We're going to hit record. And make sure that that actually is going to record for a minute because for some reason, this particular zone, when you start it, it'll sometimes turn off. It's happened to me like 5 times. And I don't know what accidentally happens. That's the problem. Is I think I hit a button somewhere that I think I accidentally turned off the recording, and I don't know if it actually fucks anything up or not. So we're gonna let that do that. Okay, Maul says ignore her. We're gonna listen to Post Kebab. We're gonna keep it moving. We love Maul though. We love Maul. She has been having some like internet issues, so she might be a one-off. But she is the best damn Discord manager there is. She is one of the best mods we got around. Shout out to the mod team, the way. Shout out to all you guys. And all the patrons for sure. I don't think I give the patron shout out enough love. But I definitely want to appreciate you guys. We mix in your guys' reactions all the time. You know what I'm saying? You guys know when it's yours. You guys know when it's your time. You guys know when it's your reaction. For sure. Yeah. All right, let's get into an intro. What is going on, family? I am very excited today to get into another artist that I am not familiar with. Today, we are going to be getting into the song Territory by the artist The Blaze. This song is coming to us from our good friend Rana. Again, I cannot give her enough love and praise and shout out for everything that she does within the Foxtrot family. We are very, very happy to have her. So I'm very excited about this request coming from her and shout out to her. So let's go ahead and get right into the song. My sound is wrong. My sound is off. My sound is off. All right, so we'll fix this problem so this doesn't happen again. You guys could probably hear it, but I cannot. So we'll switch that to that. And let's hit.
We've waited for this day. We shed some tears of love now. is a thing the rain. When sun up to dead I'm waking up. Yeah. There's nobody like my moon. There's no place like my home since I was born. When I was young, the flavor is so strong. I've missed it so long, yeah.
Okay, this is one of those songs where it's kind of hard for me to like find spots to really like kind of pause and really kind of talk about happening for me in this song. But so we're gonna have to rewind it probably back a little bit because what I'm liking a lot about this one is the fact that there's definitely like a story being told here, and I feel like you're kind of going on and like the music is very like with the audio tied with the visual is really really moving. The fact that it made me feel like so strongly just at the initial like start of the video and seeing like the shots of like the city like from like the boat like from the water's perspective like looking out into the city, it made me start thinking about like how much I love like coastal cities that way, and like how like he's talking about like his family like where he's from, and like you're feeling all that energy really kind of coming through that translation with the audio too. And this song is like slowly building with you, like it's slowly taking you on a journey, and that's what it's a hard time to like find a good place to pause because like it needs it that way, like where I'm now interrupting the momentum of like what we're going on. And so you have to go back and kind of let it build again because like I said, it's very moving. The slow shots of everything is I think the perfect touch for it to me. I think it's adding the volume to the music, the way that it's makes it that much more beautiful and touching. Like I said, it's very moving, like just very quickly into this song. Oh my God, man. Like again, I'm gonna double down on what I was saying about how like the visual of this is like I feel like just giving you and telling you the story of what you're hearing with the music, right? Like I couldn't help but smile because I was like that this transition point was I loved it. It sounded great, and it made me think about how I was like this is like Rana does a great job of like finding the songs that I wouldn't find for myself in kind of like a vibe and a genre and a world where I typically wouldn't find it on my own, but she finds something that I gel with. Does that make sense? Where I feel like she kind of like does a good job of this, where it's like this is what I feel like she pays attention enough or something to find out like this is like God, what I'm looking for. Where like him doing like the little like shadow box and like I feel like he's like telling an entire story just like do that like that translation. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I heard the audio, I had the own story in my mind, and then like the visual just kind of almost backed it all up. Where I'm like, he's just like killing it. Parts of the shots of him like dancing, grabbing the smoke, like smoking, just enjoying himself. Like it's a fucking vibe, man. Like I said, I feel like each part of this video is just only making me love it that much more.
My heroes, from the earth to the sky. Flying clouds, they ever get me high like a
Wow, that was like a very unique, I feel like reaction one for me. Very like outside, probably like very like reacted probably to like a song of like nature like this before. But like the beat in this song is like really really dope. I really like the journey it kind of takes you on. I don't really tend to listen to a lot of music that has like more of like these like electronic like kind of like qualities to them. But I really did like the overall song, and like just like the kind of vibe and energy that it got. I thought that the video ties really well together with the overall like the sound of it for me. I thought that it to me, I feel like it elevated the song where when I would listen to something like this, it would make me think about this video. So like that's why I feel like a lot of times when we're sometimes you either need or don't need that, and I feel like for me, I like having the visual tied to the audio sound and that memory for me when it comes to this one specifically. Again, I never really know how songs are really gonna ever really make me feel in the moment and how they're gonna like connect with me. But I like I said, I feel like there's a time and a place for a lot of things, and I'm like, got a place in my playlist for something like this where I'm like, this is definitely kind of like, um, I got a bag that sounds stuff like this, so it fits for that, and I want to make sure that it doesn't sound like I didn't like it. Because I definitely did. It's just something that I typically wouldn't listen to. But again, this is a nighttime vibe playlist for sure, where there's a home for it in the Johnny Foxtrot world. So definitely appreciate the suggestion. And if you have not joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. All right, man. I had a whole thing I was going to do about the monster today too, but I already cracked it. I was going to say that's why I haven't got my sponsorship yet, is because I haven't done like the crack, like on the. That's what they've been waiting for. Is me to do the on the screen. Cosmic says it's not Morocco. I'm not sure where it was. In the big wide world out there. What's going on, Michael? How are you doing today? Joe, how are you doing, my friend? Russ, what's going on, man? How are you doing? All right. What was the next song that we had in the list? Oh, that's Ali Bata. I'm probably saying his name wrong, man. I probably really am. Maybe Ale can give you tips from the Pepsi world. Oh man, that's there you go. That's gonna be my connection to a sponsorship, is I'm gonna end up having to do some energy drink for Pepsi because somebody from the warning knew somebody and they reached out or whatever. That would be some wild, crazy story. That would be my luck too, where it'd be like some great, cool thing for me, but it wouldn't be like the one brand I liked. You know what I mean? All right, we're gonna jump right into the next song. We're gonna jump right into it. I'm not gonna waste people's time between cuts today. I'm gonna still talk to y'all. I'm gonna still talk to y'all, but we're not gonna waste a lot of time today. We're not gonna waste a lot of time. It's already been 43 minutes. It's already been 43 minutes. Hopefully my sound sounded okay. Hopefully I'm not. I'm probably down. I'm screaming into the microphone. But I'm trying to make sure it's loud because everybody's been saying it's so off. But we shall see. We shall see when we go to edit later. What is going on, family? I am very excited today to get into another song from Ali Bata. I think is I gotta have to probably practice how to say his name. But I will say that I am a major fan. Today we're gonna be getting into his Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody rendition that he did, and I'm not gonna waste any time. We're gonna just jump right into it. on now. You guys all know. You guys all know that you know how bad I want to do it. You guys know how bad I want to do it. I know you guys right now are behind. You guys are probably behind your screens. Just you guys are doing it too. You guys are just back there, mama. Like I know you guys are singing it. I know you guys are singing it, and I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to not do it and not sing along, but it's hard. But there's a few things that I feel like people got a little upset with me in the last video that I didn't point out, and I can't even remember what they were now, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna just point out every single thing that I noticed in this video. The let's see, we got letters on the back wall. I'm not sure what that's all about. But my favorite thing I think in the background is definitely the cigarette in the ashtray. Just sat off to the side, like, all right, let me just go ahead and put that down for a second and just go knock this thing out real fast with this little, it looks like a cup of coffee or something like that, which I would imagine is probably pretty fire. I think somebody mentioned how I didn't mention about coffee or something like that in the last video too. So yeah, coffee looks pretty good. And yeah, he's magnificent. He really is. Like extremely talented. I was waiting for the part where I was like, he's going to start getting into that mood and that vibe where it's like, okay, that's the magic. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, that little intro was nice, but I knew this was going to be a journey because it's Bohemian Rhapsody. It is the journey. So I was excited, and now we're finally getting to that point where it's up a notch, and it's so hard to not sing. It really is, because I love Queen. I love this song. It's a song that always puts me in a good mood. We jumped into this one right away to do this one today with from him, because I knew that was the next one I wanted to do, and I knew that the next one I wanted to do, so you guys could already save it, we're gonna do Linkin Park from him after this one. So that's the order, and then after that, it's up to you guys. So we're going to check that one out next, but let's go ahead and keep this one going. We'll stop there for a second too. We'll back that up just a little bit, so that way we get right back into it. But I think that for me, what's so fast him is the fact that I feel like he encapsulates, like he captures it all, like the love of the song. And again, we already talked about like how incredibly talented he is, and like the way that he plays in such a unique style, that he's like almost incorporating all the instruments into the idea of it just being himself, like the one-man band, if you will. But I feel like all like the core elements of like the odes to the song that you would really want to hear makes it like his own version, where like it makes you think about what you love about the original record, while you're hearing like his own rendition of it, where I've heard so many different covers and people like just playing like, acoustic versions of that song, like all kinds of different stuff that you out there, because the song's been around for a long, long time. But I feel like what he does is like he really kind of, it makes me escape a little bit and really makes me think about the original record through his version, and like in a way where it doesn't make me just want to go listen to the original one, but it's just his version is just like a different kind of like just energy that it makes you feel, and it kind of makes me think about like the why I loved the original song. You know what I mean? Like versus just like, oh yeah, I love the song. He makes me think about like why I do love it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody has their own reason why they like the song, right? And why they connect with it for them. You know what I mean? But he makes me think about the reason why his version. That's how you do it. That's how you do a cover. That's how you do a rendition or a sick ass cover is when you can do something like that because it's more than just playing it. It's something about capturing the beauty behind the magic of the song, and that's what he does. Oh my God, again, guys, I can't help but say that like every section I feel like he's nailing like this section. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have of like what I wanted any really part of it to sound like going into it. And I'm glad I didn't because I feel like the choices he's made to like either just play it or like the way that he has like the part to kind of like tie that part into there to make sure that you're hearing that part of it. Like I feel like he's nailing it, man. I feel like he's badass. And I think that one of the other things I was thinking about too was I love the fact that like he's got this swag of like I'm gonna have the hat down where you can't see my eyes, almost like he's wearing the shades, but he doesn't have them on. You know what I mean? Like you can't see my eyes like the entire video, and like his face never changes. Like the entire time, his lips just have not moved. His face has just been stone cold the whole time. But it's again, he's just badass, man. He gives off rock star energy when he's not trying to be a rock star, if that makes sense. Nightfire, man. Again, like he might be the coolest dude in Indonesia that I know about. Sure. I really love like the way that he does like this unique way of playing. You know what I mean? There's only so many people in the world that can play like this finger style picking where like he mixes few different styles of like guitar playing all to like this idea of doing like this one man band type of deal. Where again, for me, it feels like where he is different than a lot of other versions and people that I've heard like do stuff like this, where he captures the beauty of the songs in ways that I feel like it's just very pure and authentic. So I think that he's just awesome. Again, I think we're going to jump into the Linkin Park one from him next, and then after that, it's up to you guys. So, yeah, I think that's all I got, man. This was beautiful. I love this song. And like, again, he made me feel and remember like why I love it in the first place. So, I can't thank somebody enough for kind of giving me those kind of feelings. He made me smile throughout this. You know what I'm saying? And in a time where it's been hard for me to and difficult for me to smile, I think as much lately. So I definitely like it when that happens. So yeah, thanks for watching. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. It's the water. All right. I think I saw Jessica hopped in. What's going on, girl? How you doing? Good to see you on this fine Sunday evening. I know it's not Sunday evening wherever you are in the world because you're not ahead of me. I mean Monday, sorry. It's not Monday where you are because you're not ahead of me in time. Yes, the mad talented forklift driver. Yeah, he's pretty nuts, man. Like I said, I love the fact that he's got like no emotion on his face when he plays. Like he's a stone cold killer. Stone cold killer. He plays it like it's nothing for him too. That's the other thing I think is quite about him is I think I said that in the first video where um that he was just he looks making it look so simple, like so simple and easy. Gonzo said he looks like a smart kid that doesn't say much but then fucking shreds at the talent show. Like, damn, bruh. Like, yeah, like that kind of guy. Where it's like, oh, I didn't know you was like that. I didn't know you was nice like that, bro. Like that's what you be doing at home, is you be finger plucking the fuck out of that shit, bro. Let's see. I feel like I missed a few things in the chat. So I'm gonna try to catch up on things. I feel like I always miss some major thing in the chat, and when I go back and watch them later, I'm like, oh shit, like, um, yeah. Somebody had made some comment on like on a freeze the fall video of all time of all less, right? I'm doing my bullet with a butterfly, Joe, and somebody makes some super sexist comment in the background. I was like, oh shit. Oh man, because someone was like, "I thought you were going to address that." I was like, "Totally didn't even see it. Didn't even see it." I definitely probably would have made a comment about that. Yeah, we don't condone that kind of talk around here. We don't like nothing about no putting no women back in kitchens and shit. Like we don't support any of that kind of stuff around here. For sure. Yeah, that yeah, get out of here with all that kind of stuff, man. We like to talk about the music and we like to uplift people. We ain't talking about putting nobody back nowhere. You know what I mean? Like we're all about letting people make their own decisions and have the freedom to be able to choose their own lives. And not feel like they have to do certain things because society makes them feel like they have to do certain shit. That's the other half of the conversation, right? Is the societal pressure to feel like you are not a good person if you don't do X thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna stay off that topic. We're gonna stay off the train. We're gonna keep talking about happy things. All right, there's the Pepsi comment. Okay, so I'm not behind on that. I tried to do Discord today and my account got disabled the second I verified my email address. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, you'll have to hit Maul up for sure. Maul's like the Discord queen. She knows for sure what's going on with Discord. Do not remember if I said anything else. One thing. One does not listen to Bohemi Rhapsody without wanting to sing, I think. Yeah, you guys have heard me talk about Green Day a couple of times, and whether or not you guys are Green Day fans or have ever been to a Green Day show, that is like the song they play right before they come out. Like that's it's a thing where it's been forever that they play that. Like so, it's like a crowd moment almost every single Green Day show where you get to sing Bohemian Rhapsody before they'll come out on the stage. So like that's how you know the show is about to start, and like it's always just a cool moment because who doesn't want to love it, who doesn't love to sing that song. So yeah, I feel like there's other bands that should do this that don't, you know what I mean, should kind of copy the swag or pick those songs, which some of them are. They're picking sing along songs to play to get people involved, which I think is a great thing to do. When you have the ability to control that, I think it's a great thing to do because almost every show that I've been to that somebody played a song before they came on stage, and it was some sort of song between the sets or whatever, that it was just a sing along song of any nature. You knew the show was going to be fun. You know what I mean? It got people excited and ready for what was about to happen. So I think it's one of those little tricks that other bands should definitely take a look at, trying to incorporate some of that. Not necessarily Bohemian Rhapsody, but a good sing along song that people just can't help themselves. You gotta know your audience too a little bit too. Let's see. Pip, I did not. Oh, did Pip? Oh, hey, what's going on, Pip? I didn't say hi to you yet. How are you doing today, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. We do not have any Dimash on the list today. No Dimash on the list. Dimash. Mosh. All right. Okay. So for those of you who are just joining or who have not heard about the rest of the lineup, I'll go ahead and run through it again. So that way you guys know what's coming up. So that way you can decide whether you just want to hop the fuck out of here or not. I do appreciate you guys who just hop in and say hello and then dip out. It is very cool to see you guys. I know everybody's got lives. I know, and I live stream every time that I record now, so I know everybody can't hang out each and every time. But I do appreciate the guys who do hang out quite a bit. You know what I mean? Spend a lot of time with us. So there's always room again in the Foxtrot family for you if you wanted to be here. So and don't again ever feel like you have to be a certain way just because other people are acting that way. We want you just to be yourselves. Just respect other people. That's all we ask for around here. But yes, the lineup we got going on, we're going to get into Voice of Botchaprot next. What's the Holy Nobel today? It's a song that somebody's been asking for a hot minute that I have not checked out, and I've been wanting to get into it for like the last 3 weeks. So we're going to get into that today. That's next. Then we're going to do Ren's Money Game Part 3 because I haven't done any Ren in like the last couple of weeks, which is other than his newest song. And God rest you, merry gentlemen. Lily Axe Christmas cover. We're going to show some love and support for them today. And then we got Maul's wild card request. We're just going to say. I don't know what we're getting into, but the title sounds wild. Title sounds wild. So I don't know. But that's what we're going to close the evening. We're going to close the evening with Maul's wild request. I've gotten a few requests with some wild ass names that were not really the wildest of things. So I try to not judge the book by its cover. But she did say it was a little uplifting if I was down. So I think it's supposed to be an intention to try to make me laugh. So I'm guessing. Somebody asked how I felt about Pete and Bass, and I said, honestly, at this point about Pete and Bass, love what they're doing, love what they represent. But if you're going to come with the bars, I'm going to hold you to the fire of every other hip hop person that I would. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about hip hop. So I don't give you a pass just because you're old. You know what I'm saying? I like what they're doing, but I'm gonna keep it 1,000 on anything to do with hip hop. So that's just that's the streets I come from, and I gotta make sure that anytime I'm ever talking about anything hip hop related, I gotta be true to myself, man, because I would not be able to go back to my friends. I would not be able to go back to the same neighborhoods and live with myself if I'm over here like you over here giving these old ass white dudes all this cred. Like, you know what I mean? When you could be talking about a bunch of other people, Johnny, on your platform. Then, like I said, I don't even do rap on here. I don't even get into hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So that it just is what it is. We haven't crossed that bridge yet. I feel like we're gonna cross that bridge when patrons ask me to do them. That's when we'll cross them. You know what I mean? But I like the train that we're already on, and I like, so I don't feel a need to go in any direction other than the ones that we're already kind of on and on the channel. So I like the path we're going. So again, somebody asked me to do like a Taylor Swift one the other day. If anybody's ever heard me say this before, I'll break this on the news. I know people that knew her and went to school with her. I don't talk about Taylor Swift on my channel. Shout out to her. Reading, Pennsylvania zone. She's too close to home for me to have any sort of opinion about. Does that make sense? Like I said, I know people that went to school with her. Like really went to school with her. So we don't talk about Taylor. Taylor has her own world and her own fan base. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Shout out to her. Ready, Pennsylvania zone. Anna. Oh my God. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Oh, it's not letting me react to it. Oh, it's because I don't have it up. That's why. I don't have it on here. I gotta do this and move this over here. Then I can react to those. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Worst YouTuber on the planet, but I'm learning. Don't you dare say I'm not. Not a single one of you. Don't you dare say I'm a good one. Don't do it. Don't patronize me, guys. Don't do it. I don't say that for you guys to tell me I'm good. I never do, and I never expect you to. But you guys are very kind when you guys do. But I'm learning to be better. Like I said, I have high standards for myself. You know what I mean? I want to be better. I want to be better. I had all the songs pulled up today. That's why we're getting into we're getting into our third song of the night, and it's only been an hour and 8 minutes. So we are way ahead of where we were the other night. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting better. I'm getting better at this. Voice of Botch Pot's next. All right. That's there. Okay, that's correct. All right, cool. What is going on, family? It is that time again where I am my most stoked, and to be honest with you, because we're getting into another song from Voice of Botch Pot today. And quite honestly, guys, I know I don't stay on them as much as I would like to. I had planned to get into them last week, but for us in here in America, we had Thanksgiving. Not last week, but the following week, and I got sick that week, so I was planning on doing a VOP one that week, and I know I had probably really gotten to communicate that to you guys out there in Indonesia, but we're back today. We're getting into VOB. Today we're checking out What's the Holy Nobel Today, and you guys have been asking this song, I think, for this song since like the very first one, and so I know it's one of their big ones. I know it's one of the good ones, and I'm pretty excited to check it out because let's face it, guys. I don't think I've heard one from them yet that I haven't liked. And this is just going to probably just be my next one, my next favorite one. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let's check it out. That's fire. That's fire. The bomb shit. Oh my God, they're getting me hyped today. They're getting me hyped. Oh, okay. I feel like now it's all guys. Now it's coming back to me because I feel like you guys were saying anti-war, no war, no war. And you guys were like, yo, this one, This one, this one, Johnny. Every time you've mentioned about the war stuff, this one. Well, it's finally clicking. It's finally clicking. I think the thing that I like the most about this is in true VOB fashion. It's just right in your face. You know what I mean? It's got loud energy. It's got like super like sick riffs, like the overall instrumentation. Again, sick, loud, in your face, punching you in the face with energy, and just straight and blunt to the point. We hate war. Stop making war. The kids are crying. We're seeing the kids cry. Bombs on bombs. You know what I mean? Like there's no openness for interpretation of what they're trying to say. They're letting you know exactly what the hell they mean. Oh my God, that she's, I've said this bands, guys, where I feel like I'm like a self-identified like masochist, where when I if I would have just allowed myself to just run it back, just like go jump into the next VOB, just do it right away. You know what I mean? Like not wait, just keep going. You know what I mean? I don't think I would love them as much as I do today. But at the same time, guys, like this one, like you have no idea how much I needed this song in my fucking life lately. You have no idea how bad. Like Aaron Otab, you'll see him in the comments on here too on the VOB videos. Like he sent me a song the other day that got me all kinds of teared up because it made me think about my time. You know what I mean? In my experience with that, and that's what I think I like a lot about Voice of Bachaprot is they're like this representation of a female perspective from another country that reminds me just of our friends in Rage Against the Machine. You know what I mean? Like this riff sounds like Tom Morello. I'm so hyped, guys, and I'm trying to get all the thoughts and the words out, and I'm trying to not just scream and shout. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know what else I got to say for you other than this. This is fire, and I shouldn't have never have waited this long. I should have never have waited this long because I feel like I've only hurt myself by waiting to listen to this music. Does that make sense? That's only hurting me that I didn't have it in my repertoire sooner. So, yeah, let's keep going. I don't got nothing for you guys. I don't got nothing for you. I'm just gonna repeat myself like on what I said, like this video and every other video. Like they so much like joy to my heart when I hear their music. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they are writing and just making the kind of music that I just absolutely love. You know what I mean? I love everything about what they represent. I love their messaging. Again, I am so excited for whenever they make it to the United States of America. Again, I will travel far, far, far a land. No matter how long it takes me to drive, I'll sleep in my damn car if I have to. I will do whatever it takes to go watch them live and sing these songs, especially now that I'm like, I got another one where I'm like, oh my God, I just need to hear them. I need to be on the club. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love these ladies. They're awesome. I didn't even realize how young they were. Like in some of the original songs, like this one, I don't even know how old this one is, but like some of them, they were like 14, 15 years old when they were writing some of these amazing songs. Oh my God, there's so much talent on the Johnny Foxtrot show from so many of the youths. You know what I'm saying? Like this, there's so many great rockers, and I know that the Voice of Botchpot's older now. But at the time when they wrote a lot of these songs, again, I don't know how old this one specifically is, but they are so great. Their music has elevated so much. The newer stuff that I've heard has been great. Yeah, I love this band, and I'm excited for everything that they do and everything that they're going to continue to do. So let me know for sure what the next one that Johnny's been sleeping on for sure is. I need you guys to do me that favor and let me know which one I'm sleeping on from VOB. And you have not joined the Foxtrot family. There's always room for you. Oh man, that one was fucking dope. I'm just glad that one didn't make me get all emotional about war. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about them is they make me like kind of like get like those hype, angry vibes. You know what I mean? Versus like the sad like shit. You know what I mean? I'm sure they had that in their repertoire too. Shout out to Monster Energy. They don't pay me to say this. I'm not a greedy man. It's one case a month to help support the stream. Oh, shit. Okay. What's going on in the chat here now? Steph, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well today. Pip says, I am good and no worries about Dimash. Yeah, we'll get into more Dimash this week for sure. Because I have more to say. Again, I said earlier in the stream that like I say things sometimes and some of these reactions that I end up regretting. And I think it's important to like own your mistakes and to admit that you might have said or done the wrong thing in the moment and to learn and grow from that. Does that make sense? And I feel like I was a little bit of a dick to some people in the last Dimash video where I was like, you know, you guys told me to wait till the end of the video and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? I felt like I was a little dickish when I did that. And I felt bad about that on retrospect. You know what I mean? I already did it. The reaction was already there and it was already out. You know what I mean? I can't change how I did it in the moment. But I can say that I do feel bad about it now because when everybody explained to me what it was that they really were wanting me to see, I'm like, I'm the biggest asshole on the fucking planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes I take things too personally, but it also, again, is how you say stuff sometimes. And just because I responded to the one person who was a jerk to me doesn't mean that everybody else didn't have right intentions. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm only human, guys, and I try to learn and grow every day. So we have to do Dimash, and when I have to talk about that a little bit in the next Dimash video. You know what I mean? Where I gotta apologize for being a bit of a smartass in that video because, again, I'm an American, and we have some different perspectives sometimes. And again, my self-loathing and my self-hate shouldn't come out on other people. You know what I mean? So I try to not attack people, and you know, I ain't calling anybody out by name or anything, but I still feel bad for in the moment doing that. So it is what it is. But I do appreciate you guys for being patient with me and understanding that I am not a perfect person, nor will I ever be. a perfect person. Let me go ahead and make sure my phone's reading though, so that way it doesn't make any noise. Okay, let's see. Let's go back through this chat. Hashtag Johnny believes he sucks. I don't believe. I know, bro. I know I suck, bro. I know I suck. But again, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying. I do my best. I do my best. This depression shit holds me back quite a bit sometimes, but I'm battling through it. Battling through it. Steph says my inner critic hits very hard and loud as well. Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate to being our own worst critics. That's why it sucks when other people tell you stuff, because you already beat yourself up a lot. You know what I mean? So when other people kind of do that, it feels like you don't think I already know that about myself. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I think a lot of us come from on that, where it's like, you don't think that I don't know that my audio sucks. You don't think that I don't know that I fucked that up. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think I know that shit. Yeah, I do. I wish it was better. I wish it was perfect. I wish it was exactly how it should be. You know what I mean? Like, some people talk to you as if I'm some multimillionaire who's been doing this for 15 fucking years, and I can be held to a standard. I've taught everything to myself and through the help of people who've been kind enough to try to help me through the internet to get better at some of this shit. So again, not great, but I try. And I care about you guys. I do. Elsie, how's it going, friend? How was the Echo show? Did you have a good time? Did he have a good set? Did you throw your bands on stage? Did you throw some bands on stage? You throw side? Looks like she had a good time. Anna said she saw your concert pics. I don't think I've seen your pics yet. I don't know where you shared them at, or if I have you on the right socials. And yeah, I'll have to try to look for those. All right. Let us get into the next reaction of the night. If I can get my computer, there we go. Ren, guys, we're on Ren Money Game Part 3. I don't know what I said in the last one. I'm gonna probably end up repeating myself, but who knows? This is a 9-minute video. Oh, geez, that's a long one. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good Ren video for the week for sure. 9 minutes, pretty. That's I don't say it's a record for Ren, but it's on the longer side. Maul says, I hope it doesn't make it worse when I comment on visual and audio. No, you guys are not the problem. It's the jabronis and the random comments. Those are the problem. You know what I mean? It's those people. You know what I mean? You guys are coming from a point of helping. You know what I mean? And I could tell the difference. There's a lot of people out there, especially just in the comments, that are trying to be helpful. You know what I mean? And I recognize that. It's just the random couples, you know what I mean? Where, again, they just feel like they need to have their voice heard. So they do it. There's one every day, somehow, some way. You know what I mean? Every day somehow, and I never know what video it's going to be that day. You know what I mean? There for a while, it wasn't Paris Paloma. It wasn't Paris Paloma. It was, Sophia Izella, the one where I said that she was the opposite of Taylor Swift. That comparison, they did not like that. You know what I mean? They said they took that as a shot at Taylor, and I was like, it's not a shot at Taylor. And I don't think it's anything negative to do with Taylor at all. You know what I mean? I feel like Taylor does it in one way, and Sophia is the opposite of how she does it. Does that make sense? I'm like, that's not a shot at Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? If anything, that's like more of like a compliment to her, that I compared her to some amazing star that's globally successful. You know what I mean? Self-made billionaire, essentially. Like I said, shout out to Taylor Swift, Reading Zone. Reading, Pennsylvania Zone, man. Reading Railroad from Monopoly. That's where she's from. I don't know if you guys knew that. That's where she's really from. She's from Reading, Pennsylvania. I think it's Shillington is technically the town. Again, 30 minutes away from where I live, guys. Right now, it's like 30 minutes from where I live. So it's not that far. Like I've seen the school. I've seen the school that Taylor Swift did the songs about in the music videos when she first came out. Like that, he wears short shirts, he wears t-shirts, I wear short skirts, whatever the fuck that line is. You know what I mean? I'm cheer captain. He's cheer captain. I don't even know the lyrics, but you guys know which one I'm talking about. I've been to the school that she was talking about. I know exactly what she's talking about. Again, right down the road from where my parents grew up, Monopoly map. I'll never say anything negative about Taylor Swift. Only shout out to her, and that she's from Reading, Pennsylvania. But one day, some patron will request it, and it'll happen. It'll happen. And we'll talk about some Taylor Swift stuff. I never thought a day in my life when I started my YouTube channel, to be honest with you, that anybody would ever ask me to talk about a Taylor Swift song. But there's been multiples now, multiples now that really want me to get in there because I didn't really realize. We talked about this a little bit on the Discord. I need your guys' help too on a good category name for this. Somebody brought up the other day about how Johnny does a lot of like fem power energy type stuff, and I need a good name for like what that means, what that is, what that category is, what those requests come from. And I didn't realize that like people were going to consider Taylor Swift to be one of those people. I was like, oh boy, she's obviously a pop star. But at the same time, she does write songs about some of those things. So yeah, people are going to consider that in some of her music. So I didn't even think about that. So yeah, I'm getting requests for her now. And I've told people very kindly that I feel like she has enough success that people aren't dying for Johnny's thoughts on a Taylor Swift song. So that's how I've avoided thus far. But again, eventually, patron one day will ask. I know it's going to happen. It'll happen one day. It will happen one day. Steve says, I'm sure Taylor speaks to a certain audience, but I'm ignorant to most of her catalog. Yeah, I know all the ones that everybody else knows, like, all the ones that have been like everywhere and you'll hear for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Those slaps, you know what I mean? I don't jam to them like that, but of course you know them. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Like, there's certain songs in America you just can't get away from. And Taylor Swift is kind of one of those people where you can't really avoid hearing her music in places. It's going to be everywhere. Steve says, I'm the opposite of Swiftie. I love Sophia. Again, that's kind of where I fall on the spectrum where I'm more drawn to artists like her than someone like Taylor Swift, because Taylor's not for me. She's not trying to represent me or speak on behalf of me. Neither is Sophia. Let's be real. Neither is she, but I connect with her art more. Does that make sense? I was a Swiftie, but now I'm an Angelina Angel. Yeah, I consider myself to be more of an angel. I like Angelina Jordan. I don't want to say I fuck with Angelina Jordan. It sounds a little too hip hop aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like to consider myself an angel now because like I love her energy. You know what I mean? I like who she is. And again, we'll talk more about my apologies about Angelina Jordan on the Angelina Jordan live stream. So we'll get into that on that one specifically because we'll talk about her a lot on there. So next Tuesday, if you haven't heard, next Tuesday, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 10 songs. I don't know how the reaction to those are really gonna go because it's gonna be probably a lot of like we're gonna have to play some through and whatnot because it'll be the longest live stream ever if I try to react to them all. So I think we're gonna like let a lot of them like play through and kind of talk between a lot of the songs on that one, and just kind of put it out as a whole thing, if you will. I'm sure I'll probably cut up a couple reactions in there or something like that, but I think that was going to be like a little bit of a different vibe going into it. It is going to be reactions because it's still going to be my initial reactions to all those songs, and I haven't heard any of them yet. So I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be exciting, and yeah, I need to get the Ren and Friends one on the books so we can start working on that for sure too. I got a few things that I really want to work on that I'm running out of time for. with the year because the year is ending, and I wanted to do like my year in concert reviews. You know what I mean? I haven't really done a good job, or I don't know if I'm going to really ever really pursue, continue to do those. Trying to find a different way to kind of go about the idea. So if you guys have some ideas out there, be sure to let me know on the Discord and or Patreon. For sure. Sign up for that Patreon. Um, Excuse me. I don't like to record at the concerts that I go to. I have found that about myself. I like to get my picture of the band, and that's about it. You know what I mean? I can get a couple of shots of like what's going on, and then I put my phone away and I don't pull it back out. You know what I mean? So I don't like to record, and I know there's a lot of people out there and YouTubers out there that they're great at doing like concert reviews and stuff like that, and those little like vlogs through the experience. I don't know how I can do that because I don't like doing that when I'm watching the performers. So it really takes me out of it and it really ruins my mood at the shows. So I don't really enjoy it. But I do like it talking about the experiences and all that. So I think maybe I need to do maybe like just I don't know, videos of like me talking about my anticipation on the way there and maybe talking in the line or something. I don't fucking know. I'll figure something out for next year. I'm trying to figure something out for that. Because I really did like the idea of like the concert reviews, but at the same time, I think a lot of people want to like see like what you saw. But I also like don't want to give them like too much of what they see, so that way they go to the live show. You know what I mean? The idea is to help promote people to go to the live show, go watch it for themselves. So if you give it to them all on the internet, then they'll never want to go. You know what I mean? That's kind of why the art of live shows are dying, is because there's so much internet availability of it. You know what I mean? Where I don't have to go and see it myself because I can see it through somebody else's eyes and experience. So it's a good and a bad thing. I see why people like it, because for some people they'll never get the chance to see it. So it's for them, it's fantastic. But for others, it's just a way to kind of make it see like, you know, you're already seeing how it's made, so you're judging whether or not you want to go and be a part of it or not. So, and live ticket sales are struggling. You know what I mean? Live music is struggling in general. Go ask any artist out there how they're doing about that. So, you know what I mean? There's a few bands and artists that are never going to get affected by that, but go ask the majority of them. They would love for you to go bring somebody to their show. You know what I mean? I'm sure they would all feel that way. All right, we've talked enough, guys. We've talked enough. Let's get into Ren. Let's get into Ren Part 3. Ren Money Game Part 3. I'll hit my vape one more time. All right. What is going on, family? We are back, and we are on Part 3 of the Money Game series. It has been a journey, and I've enjoyed it thus far. I like the fact that we have kind of spread this out a little bit because it gives me like fresh eyes and takes every time we jump into this whole money conversation. And I don't know why, but today felt like the good day to do it. So let's go ahead and just jump into part 3, because this one seems like it's a long video. So let's just go ahead and get right into it.
you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product.
Oh my good God. Oh my good God, bro. Is this what we're doing here? Is this we're gonna just go through the life cycle of like what, is he just gonna like go through like the entire like idea of like every single year this is what he learned and what happened? Oh my good God, bro. It's exploding my brain already. I don't even know if that's like the factual thing of what's gonna happen here. But I love the idea of the concept, even if it's gonna stop at a certain point. Like the fact that he has done this is fire already. It's got me. He's already got me thinking about something that I was thinking about recently because somebody else had brought this up to me, where we are again the differences in how we as guys are raised and the pressures that they put on us versus what they put on our female companions. There's like two different stereotypes, societal pressures that get put on us. And Red is kind of really jumping to the bag of what the majority of us guys have been told most of our lives. Not everybody. Again, we're putting things into perspective here. Not everybody. There's always circumstances. But a lot of us, why does this message resonate with so many of us? Because we heard the same things. And I know women have heard the same things too. That it's a guy thing, that the pressures to have success and to take care of yourself, earn money, work hard, get good grades, all those things very much happen to women too. They do. And I'm not saying it doesn't. But what I feel like the way he's kind of driven the story out, we're talking about a guy here, like through the story, this he is, right? So this is very relatable, I think, to a lot of the guys in the room, where we are the ones who get put a lot of the pressure to become the breadwinners and to take care of people around us. That money and success is what brings you those things. It's what brings you a wife and what brings you kids and comfort in a home, and all those things is what you got to do, and you got to work hard at it. We are often very like discouraged growing up when we fail. When we fail, we didn't get it's okay that you tried. We got told you need to try harder because nobody's going to give a fuck that you came in second. Nobody cared how much you tried. All they're going to care about is whether you won or not. You see what I'm saying? That's the story that he's going through here. The difference of that mentality of we got beat the fuck up for not being successful. When we struck out in T-ball, our dads were disappointed in us. You know what I mean? Our moms said it was okay. Our dads told us to try harder. You know what I mean? And put fire in our souls and told us that we had to do all those things because we had to take care of ourselves one day. Because money was the only way that you were going to be able to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, those things don't fucking matter. They don't. But money is, I said it in a video before, money is not a necessity to life, but it is a necessity to life. If you don't have any, you really can't live. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird conundrum that we're in, that we're dependent on something that doesn't mean anything. Comfort. You know what I mean? All the things that we're always searching and striving for in life, we have to have something of value in order typically to achieve those things. But the things that really matter the most, like love, companionship, community, all of those things are free. But we are given all the pressure growing up to make sure that when we went to t-ball practice that we built a community and a camaraderie with those people, that it was bigger than just the idea of us striking out, that it was a team sport and that we were in this together and that this was all something that we were all trying to get better at. You see what I'm saying? There's a different mentality of like what your coach could tell you one way or the other, but can still achieve the same goals. You see what I'm saying? Like that's where we're trying, I think a lot of people, to change those stereotypes of those pressures where it is important to teach our kids that it is important to take care of yourself. That you do, that nobody is going to give a fuck about you. Nobody is going to look out for you. You have to be able to do that on your own because that's the reality of the world. But you can't be only focused on those things. You can't only like dive into all that stuff because that's the stuff at the end. I'm sure I'm getting ahead of myself that we're going to get to the end of the story and it's going to be about how all that shit brought him no happiness. Everything that he ever thought he was going to get and work for, he was never going to get there. I could be completely wrong. This could be hashtag Johnny's wrong. Just press play, keep going. But this is what he does to me, man. And these money game things just get me talking.
That you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver.
Oh my God. Again, I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but this is just making me think about how like how no matter how much success he's finding, it is never enough. Every step of the way, it was never enough. And that is kind of the problem that a lot of us fall into this trap where if I would just get that next promotion, if I could just get that job, or if I could just get that house, that car, that whatever, it would bring all that things that I need, that next thing. But then what happens? The next thing happens. You know what I mean? Like if every single thing that he has named through every single year of this person's life so far is something to be praised and recognized for. But again, for dad, it was never enough. Just because you got that house, just because you're up in the mansion, doesn't mean that you're still not second place. You see what I'm saying? Like it's never enough, and it should be okay for us to celebrate the little things and for us to be able to, we need to always have goals in our lives to keep us moving forward, but it has to be healthy goals. And I feel like that's kind of what this song is kind of touching on in this at the same time is like, because his dad fueled that fire in him, right? It never got put out. Because his entire life, it looked like he was trying to like basically work for his dad's and his father's approval or someone fictional person's approval. Again, that's kind of where we fall into place, right? Is like, who are we doing this all for? Who are we trying to impress? Who are you really trying to impress with? If I just got that car, all of a sudden everything would be cool and everything would be fine for me. You know what I'm saying? Who is that really going to impress? Is that really going to make you feel any better? No, it's not. I promise you. I got way too many friends that got the cars of their dreams and they're still just as miserable. I've watched it happen for the last 15 years. People achieve that goal, they just want it so fucking bad. As soon as they got it, it made them more depressed. Make the Forbes list. You still ain't nothing, man. Made the Forbes list, didn't matter. You still number second. You ain't in the president's here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never enough. It's never enough, and you have to be okay with realizing what is okay of like for your own personal healthy goals and achieving those goals. And really recognizing what the things are, the goals around that you set for yourself need to be more oriented about the things that actually bring you joy in your life. You should have and think about goals more of like, how do I spend more time with this person that I love? How do I build a better relationship with this person that I love. You know what I mean? Those are better goals for you to fixate on than for you to focus so hard on just trying to get that next promotion. Or if I could just make it to so many dollars an hour. If I could just make X amount of $1,000 an hour a year. You know what I mean? Like that stuff is never going to bring you happiness. Promise you. I was that dude in the 20s, man, where if I could just do this, if I could just reach this, that was what it was going to be for me. You know what I mean? And I realized really quickly that no matter how much money I got, no matter how much stability I got, it brought no happiness to me. It only made me miserable. It only made me worse because it didn't really actually fix why I was trying to do that in the first place. Introspection. Look within. Look at what actually makes you happy in your life and chase those things.
Uber for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32 moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. "35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community declines.
Oh boy. Okay, so now we're about to get into some spoken word real quick. So let me reset my brain here. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, so he clarified that there was no particular individual that like this was inspired off of, right? Which is what I probably thought, right? This was going to be a little bit more of like the idea of a story, again, an exaggeration of a story of me and a story of she. You know what I mean? Where it could be any one of us in the circumstances, because a lot of us grew up in similar, somewhat fashions, hearing similar, somewhat things, and we could have took some similar things. And you know what I'm saying? Like we can relate to this kind of story, right? Obviously, not all of us are going to grow to be billionaires and tech, sell tech and, war and blah, 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 blah. It's an exaggerated story. But again, it's the story of the everyday person with a drive and the places and the things that you can reach and how much success you can reach despite the fact that you probably really came from nothing. You know what I mean? There's stories that happen every single day about this kind of stuff. And I feel like that's what Ren is particularly is a great representation of. Is no matter how much, no matter if as soon as he hits 1 million subs, as no matter how much success he finds, his message doesn't say the same. His message, I'm sorry, does say the same. That it is, he's the same person. He's still pushing the same narrative. And that's why I feel like people like him are important, because he is like trying to being like the ultimate testament of that, like, money won't change me. You know what I mean? Where, like, yes, I can buy the nicer thing or the nicer sweater or but he doesn't indulge too much in it. You know what I mean? Like, you want to enjoy some of the spoils of your hard work, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we don't see Ren flashing videos of him driving around in Lamborghinis and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, he probably could have afforded a Lamborghini at one point in his life, especially when if he didn't have all these health problems that he has to take care of. But yeah, he's definitely found success, and he's probably been able to afford more things than he probably ever thought that he ever could. But we don't see him do that. We don't see him operate that way. If anything, I talked about the fact that he made a video of him making fun of people who kind of act like that way as soon as they find new money. You know what I mean? Like, people with new money are the funniest people on the internet, because all of a sudden they're acting like they had it the entire time. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden they're living a lifestyle. But again, that's why we're here supporting stuff like this, because we don't buy into that shit. So let's keep it moving. Let's get into this spoken word part.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Oh boy. I don't know, man. I don't think you guys can ever see the hair on the arms. I don't think that you can, but it's sticking up again. It's sticking up again. We've talked about this a few times on the channel about my history a little bit with suicide. And as soon as, like, he made that comment when he was about to go, like, load the gun, and he goes, like, I'll tell you what, like, my solution is, and then or something like that, and then he stops and he just goes to start messing with the gun. I was like, man, motherfuckers have been killing me for years for saying that, like, the only option out of this world is to just take yourself out of it. You know what I mean? Because, like, it feels like the more that you know, the more that's the only option that you have. You know what I mean? Like, nobody likes to know how hot dogs are made. You know what I mean? But yet we still eat them. Some of us. You know what I mean? When you see behind the curtain and you see how things really are, it's really hard to like forget that you know how things really are. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what Ren touches on a lot, especially in the series, is the fact that when you can see things, what seems to be so clearly, it seems like the only option is just like, like you said, we're very parasitic as a society. We all, how many people will jump onto a comment and say that we're all sheep, but how much do we really do to go against that herd? You know what I mean? How much do we just fall in line with what everybody else is doing and saying? You know what I mean? Like that is kind of the truth of the message is like, if we could just learn to be taught to think for ourselves and to think for others instead of being so ingrained to be selfish individuals, which we already are naturally. You know what I mean? Society only just amplifies that when they tell you to go vote for your best interest. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, people will scream and shout about religion and how use religion as a organism to push the idea of politics in a different direction than what you're even saying. You know what I mean? Like I've heard so many people talk about, especially growing up in a Christian environment, where people use the idea of God and Jesus as of why they vote the way that they do. And I'm like, do you think that God and Jesus would really tell you to vote for your best interest? Wouldn't Jesus tell you to vote for the best interest of everybody and your neighbor? You know what I mean? Like right there, you're not even matching the ideas with what you just told me. You know what I mean? So I feel like we are taught to be selfish individuals when we are already naturally selfish, and we are taught to care about specific people that are like us, or people that believe the things that we believe, that fuck everybody else. Like as long as they believe what you believe, then you should care about those people, or only care about your family. You know what I mean? And I don't buy into that. And I don't feel like Ren represents that either. I feel like Ren is supposed to be the representation of, you have to think bigger and better, and you have to be more of an individual with your own thought than just to believe and just trail along with everybody else on the line. You know what I mean? We have to try to practice what we preach. We talk all day along about how people like Ren inspire us, but we don't try to actually put any of those actions into words. You know what I mean? That was kind of a lot of my problems of when I was growing up and around religious communities, was I heard a lot of people tell me that I was far from God, but I watched them act completely opposite of that. You know what I mean? They told me I was the sinner, but yet they were the ones who were judgmental and hurting people within the community. You know what I mean? Causing schisms and turning people against each other in the name of your religion. You know what I mean? And it's nothing, again, guys, nothing against religion. If you have your faith, I respect that, and I respect that it's an important thing to you, and I'm not here to try to like dog on that. It's a little bit just kind of trying to point out a little bit of some of the hypocrisy that I have seen and faced in my personal life. And I feel like that's what Ren always gets me thinking of, is the hypocrisies of the world, no matter really what they are. And I feel like that he pushes that narrative and those agendas really through all the subject matters that he talks about. So again, you never know where a live stream reaction is going to go, and Johnny went a little all over the place today. I might have lost some people on the 6 different rants that I probably had in this video, but Ren does it to me each and every time, man. Each and every time. I don't know what it was about this Money Game Part 3 that I wanted to check out today, but I'm glad that I did. Yeah, and him ending that video the way that he did, fire. You know what I mean? As a suicide kid myself, I love a good representation. That idea, and I know that's not fun, and that's not. I'm not laughing at that, so don't kill me. If you made it to this point in the video, you probably understand me enough to know why I'm laughing. So, and you probably wouldn't kill me for chuckling in the moment. But If you made it to this point in the video, do me a favor, yo. Do me a favor. I'm gonna ask you a solid. Please follow me on Instagram. It would mean a lot. Join the Discord if you're into that kind of thing. We always need more people in the community. And if you'd like to help in a monetary way and help support the channel, the Patreon is a great place for you to do that as well. So I really appreciate all my patrons, all my moderators, and just everybody in the Foxtrot family. And if you haven't joined yet, there's always room for you. Oh man. Okay. Did I lose people on that one? How'd I do, Pixie? If you said I did okay, I'll take it as a win. I don't think I can please everybody in the world. As long as Pixie liked it. As long as Pixie liked it. Oh shit! Steve said we're glued to this one, man. Like I said, I didn't know, man. That's one thing that's kind of sucks about doing these in the moment is I don't look at y'all's comments in the moment. You know what I mean? I look up to look for the red exclamation points every once in a while just to make sure that I'm not missing nothing. But I try to not read what you guys are saying too much because I don't want to throw off whatever I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, if I'm in the middle of something and I hear somebody say, I totally disagree with him on this, it's going to throw my brain off. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to figure out what the hell did I just say? Am I going too off script? Am I too out of pocket right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, I try to not offend anybody. How much have I talked about religion on this channel? And I talked about it today. I try so hard to not offend people. I don't, because I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to shit on what you believe or any of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I think that a religion is a great thing for a lot of people. It's not been that for me. It has not been that experience for me. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of people very close in my life that it is a very good thing for them. And I'm glad that they have that. And if you are one of those people, I'm glad you have that too. But way too many people, there's just way too many. I got a story for every minute of the fucking day about hypocrisy in that. You know what I mean? Because I lived in the middle of it for so damn long. You know what I mean? I was in the middle of that shit for like 17 years of my damn life. You know what I mean? So I think I know what I'm talking about. It was my life experience. It was my lived experience. So everybody in my life has always told me that I was wrong about how I felt about church. I was like, how are you going to tell me that my lived experience was wrong? It wasn't yours. You know what I mean? It wasn't yours. It just wasn't good for me. Wasn't good for your boy. But that's it. I'm off of it. I'm never talking about it again. Hey, Jesse just popped up. You just got in just in time for a good rant. I don't know how long you've been in here, bro. I don't know how long you've been in here, but I just got off a good little Ren rant. I don't even know how long that reaction even went, dude, to be honest with you. That one probably went for a minute. That's probably a good little 20-minute or more. Right after I just talked about religion, we're gonna jump into God rest ye merry gentlemen. That's funny right there. That is funny right there. I tell you that. Yeah. Yes. Steve got the exclamation points. Yes. Everybody say hi to Jesse. Everybody say hi to Jesse. Jesse's actually having a kind of a rough day. I'm not gonna put out too much of his news out there in the world, but he's having a little bit of a rough day. He's a little bit under the weather, so he definitely needs your guys' love and support today. So he's making it through the day up there in good old Canada. I'm sure it's probably nice and cold up there today. Oh, somebody commented on the MASH tickets that they were $400 a piece. I was like, yeah, I wonder how much Ticketmaster is going to sell us the Dimash tickets in the U.S. I would think, again, it's probably going to cost probably about $1,000 to just go get in the room with someone like him in America. But that's just because I know American companies and I know that they try to capitalize on everybody, especially the consumer. So, you know, that is what it is, bro. Oh, Jesse's talking about his tooth. Got a busted ass tooth. Yeah, he's going through it, man. He's got some tooth problems today. So, tooth issues are probably some of the worst ones that there are. And if any of y'all have ever had like a toothache or had to get like a tooth pulled type shit, ugh, yeah, that sucks. And he's saying unfortunately he can't make it. That none of the dentists are open until tomorrow. So he's had to kind of suffer through the weekend with that. So that sucks, man. Appreciate you, Jesse. You enjoy that brownie in that movie, man. I appreciate you for stopping by and saying hello to the good people. I'm over here like not saying anything that's mad quiet. My bad, guys. My bad. Let me get the next one pulled up. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. We're gonna get into Liliac next. I got all these little. I get so many like random things on my side now of like random like, hey, you should check this out. You should check that out on the side of my YouTube now. Bloody Wood featuring Baby Metal. That must be brand new. Looks like it looks like it was brand spanking new. That's what Steve was talking about. I think he brought that up lately. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, Circle with Me been on repeat for the last day or two for sure from Spirit Box. Just wanted to let you guys know that was a major hit with me. Um, the regular version, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't listen to music on YouTube like that. Um, you know, the majority of my intake is through Spotify. So if it's not on Spotify, um, it's rare. But songs like Sick Boy from Ren, where you can only find it on YouTube, that's when I run to YouTube and listen to some of them Jones, because like, that beat is stupid hard, and I love that shit. I love it. If it was on Spotify, it'd probably be my alarm clock. That's why I can't do my Spotify Wrapped. That's one of the things I also wanted to do this year. That was the other thing, was like my year in concert reviews and the songs that were the most important to me this year. You know what I mean? Like my top songs of this year. Because my Spotify Wrapped is not a great representation of me. I think I already told you guys that once, but my Spotify Wrapped is a lot to do with what my alarm clock is. And if you guys have heard me talk, your boy's got sleeping problems, so the alarm clocks get a lot of play. So whatever the alarm clock is on and what song it is normally my top songs of the year, which are not a representation of what I'm really listening to. You know what I mean? So it throws off my entire algorithm that way. So it honestly made me quite depressed when I watched my Spotify Wrap this year. I was like, man, this is all literally because of my alarm clocks. You know what I mean? I was like so sad about it because I was like, I can't really share or promote anything because it's not any kind of representation of what I'm really listening to. You know what I mean? One of the album covers you posted on IG looked like the warnings escape the mind. Interesting. I'm wondering which one I was taught I did. Was it one from today? I'm gonna look through them just to see if I know which one you're talking about. Because the state of mind one, that's the one with like the eyeballs, right? State of mind, the warning. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I remember now which one you're talking about. I don't think it was today, but yeah, I don't remember which song that was that I put up on there. Um. Also said the Bloody Wood Baby Metal song is insanely good. Yeah, Steve's going to probably get me on some more Bloody Wood for sure. I started following them on Instagram so I could start keeping up with them a little bit too because I like what I saw from them. My rap was all Ren and Skinner brothers. I can believe it. I can believe it. Anna, for sure. I can definitely believe it. Better add Freeze the Fall to that list for next year, ma'am. I'm telling you. I'm gonna start getting on y'all. If y'all's next year's your Spotify rap don't have Freeze the Fall in your top five, I'm gonna be upset with some of you guys. Telling y'all. Telling y'all. We're doing it big next year. We're doing it big next year. Just thought it was interesting how similar it was. Yes, there's a lot of random. random stuff that I'd be posting on my Instagram when it comes to some of the songs I put on there. Normally, it is some sort of song that I'm either really in love with in the moment, or I'm listening to that day, or I'm just trying to help promote. So there's a little bit of a mixture of everything. Again, if you guys are checking my stories on there today, and whenever you guys do, you will see one from Freeze the Fall every single day, tagging Lady Gaga until somebody notices. So that's just part of the thing, you know. We're gonna do that every day until somebody notices. Because somebody will notice eventually. You know what I mean? Even if it is to somebody that says like, "Hey, there's just like this sad, pathetic man out there that just keeps trying to tag you every day, Gaga, trying to get your attention." Like somebody will eventually notice. So we'll eventually go and get there. Raul Kerr from, I'm sure I butchered his name, from Bloodywood is the first bald man I've had a huge crush on. I love that you said that, man. Um, that's funny. That's funny. Ain't nothing wrong with the baldy. You know what I mean? You just got to take care of it, right? You know what I mean? I think honestly, most of the guys who rock the baldy that where they fail is you got to make sure that your skin tone matches. You know what I'm saying? If you're bald, you got to make sure that your head up here and the rest of your face and neck and all that is all the same color. If it's two different colors, that's when you're not doing it right. You know what I mean? You got to at least get that on there. You got to at least get that together. All right, guys. We're going to jump into Liliac now. We got 2 songs left for the night. All right. What is going on, Fred? Ah, that's the first time I fucked that up in a minute. Whew. I'm getting tired. That's so you can tell. Like the energy levels are draining down a bit. What is going on, family? We are back checking out another song from Liliac, and today we are going to be getting into their most recent Christmas drop. And from what you guys have told me, they tend to do this, I think, at least every year, or at least every last couple of years, they've dropped like a new Christmas rendition, if you will. And I had saw recently that they were putting out this "God Rest You Merry Gentlemen" cover, or their version of this song. So I was pretty excited to check it out. And so we are here just trying to show some love and support for Liliac, since it's a brand new song for them, and try to give them some love on the algorithm and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and check it out. This is a little early for me for Christmas music. A little. I know some of y'all are saying, Johnny, it's right around the corner, right? For me, like the week before. That's when I start really, really, really getting into the mood. But I will tell you guys, and I know I haven't played the video yet, but I will tell you guys, the Christmas Village is going up tonight, and I promise I'll post it when it's done. I promise. You guys will see. You'll see the new rendition, and you'll see it all. Let's get into the song.
Gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ the Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. And that's the heaven Israel, this blessed babe was born and laid within a manger upon this blessed Lord.
Okay, I like how they kept up the energy with that little drum kick right there. Like I feel like that's what I was needing. I like the fact that this is like not overly over, right? Where sometimes I feel like when a lot of times like bands or other groups, musicians, whatever, like want to do like their takes and versions on like a metal Christmas song and whatnot. they go a little too over the top with it. I like the fact that this is kind of like just very subtle. You know what I mean? Where it's got a rock feel to it, a rock edge to it, where it feels very like Liliac, but it's not overly done. It's not like some pathetic attempt at a grab. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no shots at no bands out there, but there are some people where it's just a little sad, like where it's not good. It's not good, and this I feel like a better way to kind of do something like this. The only thing I'll say that I'm a little disappointed in, and this is just a bias thing personally, is that I'm a little disappointed in the fact that like I like to see them in the black. You know what I mean? Like Liliac in black is my favorite, yo. You know what I mean? Like when the whole aesthetic is like the dark and the batty. You know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of y'all out there are probably stoked to see them in like white and red and Christmas colors and stuff like that, which is cool. It is cool. And honestly, they look so much more dope in black. You know what I mean? And that's just again, that's a personal thing, guys, because you know I wear black every day. So, yeah. That's just me. That's just me. But I like the fact that they are doing this in a kind of like I don't know if this is their tour bus or something like that, or like the family bus or whatever. But I like the fact that it's like done in front of the bus. It's got a very like at home, like at your Christmas kind of feel to it. I believe that they live out in California or have lived out in California for a while. So it's got a very like California Christmas kind of feel to the video, which to me again it kind of screams like this is who the band is. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're kind of like taking a step into like the band family's Christmas a little bit. So I feel like that's just really cool. And I feel like that transcends really well in the video.
Sing praises, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood, each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas, so lovers dusty face, all tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy, all tidings of comfort and joy. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. All tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. All tidings of comfort and joy. Merry Christmas. On this day he was born. Tidings, comfort, joy.
Oh my God. Talk about that's my damn favorite Christmas cover that I've ever heard. You know what I mean? Like I feel like everything I said in the beginning, it only came throughout the rest of it, where it's like they gave us like that little bit of that Liliac metal feel to it, like right there at the end, gave us like the whistle scream and all that. I feel like they did like a really great job of kind of like blending the idea of like making like their sound with like the original Christmas song, where it's like you kind of get a lot of that like that same softness from like the original, like, or like what people think about when they think about this God Rest You Merry Gentlemen song. And I like the fact that I believe that they are from if please don't kill me if it's the wrong religion, but I believe that they're from like a Christian background. So like the idea of them doing a song very specifically about like, you know, the baby Jesus and, you know, a very Christian rooted song, I think is really cool. It just shows again, like the fact that like, you know, it's okay for them to have their faith and what they do when a lot of times people don't associate with like, if you're a Christian, how could you be in a rock band? You know what I mean? How could you do this and that? Like, isn't that like counterculture kind of thing? But I feel like Liliac defines that where you can still be and have your faith, and it doesn't change, like, the fact that your music doesn't really have anything to do with that. But this is a chance for them to kind of put those two things together. So, I think this is the perfect way to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it too much when people tend to get too preachy in like their original music, but this is how you kind of tie those two things of those parts of yourself together, where you can see really who the band is as individuals in their faith and like their love for the holiday and all those things, and their music and how they bring those two things together. And I think it's cool. This is the first time I've heard one of their covers of like a Christmas song, but I'm really sold on it. I like it, and I'm definitely going to add it to my Christmas playlist, because I definitely need better stuff in there, because I'm not the biggest Christmas music guy. And but I did like this version of this song, and I don't have like really any kind of like covers of this one, if you will, or ones of it like that in my Christmas playlist. So I really enjoyed this one. But yeah, we're gonna have to get into more Liliac, and you guys will let me know what the other one is from their Christmas collection, because it is the holiday season. So we'll probably get into more of their Christmas stuff, just because it is the time frame. So if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Oh man. Oh, hashtag Johnny's a hypocrite. Hashtag Johnny was talking shit about Chris video. Hashtag he's praising Christians in the next. Again, I hate hypocrisy. Can't stand hypocrisy. Cannot stand two-faced people, and I cannot stand people who say one thing and live by another. You know what I mean? That's my issues. It's not really about the religion or anything like that, because there are good people that practice that faith. You know what I mean? And I have my own faith, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I'm not anti-God. I'm not anti-anything. You know what I mean? Again, I'm all about love and bringing people together. And unfortunately, religion does divide people. And it shouldn't, but it does divide people. So we needed to be better, I think, representatives of our faiths, and not being those stereotypes, and still be about togetherness and all those things, even if we don't believe the same things. That's kind of where I stand on the matter. So again, I'm off of it. I know. I'm not a preacher, nor am I trying to be. You know what I mean? I'll shut up now. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Gonzo says it was a good cover. Christmas songs and covers can get tiring, in my opinion, but this was really well done. Yeah, but we've all heard a million versions of like every song that's kind of out there for Christmas and holidays. You know what I mean? So it's hard to do something that is unique and different when there's already been 100 people out there tried. You know what I mean? That to do it, and I feel like that Liliac did a great job on this. They did. I feel like they have like the true like softness of like of what people would want from the original, what they love about the original song, mixed with that little bit of metal edge. You know what I mean? I saw somebody, and I didn't want to mention it in the actual reaction, but I saw somebody had commented on their Instagram page, and this is why I literally went to go run on my Discord and added it to the live stream lineup, because I saw somebody talking shit on their post about it. Because somebody said, "Where's the metal at, though?" And like, there's another guy that said something about something along the similar natures of like, oh, that's what they said. They said, "I love a good hate follow." And I was like, "Why are y'all on here talking shit, man?" That stuff really bothers me. It bothered me when I read those comments. I was like, "Guys, what the fuck are y'all doing?" You know what I mean? Like, what if you don't like it? Then just leave the comment to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, go tell somebody else. Don't go tell the band that this was a swing and a miss. You know what I mean? Like, there's better ways to do it. You know what I mean? There's just better ways to do it. And I know strangers on the internet are not the ones to do it. So that's why I try to take a lot of that ownership on myself, where it made me feel the need to go on here and try to provide some love and support for their video. And I'm going into it hoping to like it. You know what I'm saying? And it was good. So it makes it easier to talk about when it's good. You know what I mean? My goal is to always like the song. I want to like the song, and I want to connect with it. Sometimes it's just hard. You know what I mean? But I try to find elements of things that I like it. So, but yeah, I thought this was a great Christmas cover. That's why I said I would listen to another one. I'll do another one before the holidays. I'll do last year's or whatever one they did last year. just because it's the holiday season. You know what I mean? If there was other bands out there that had good Christmas music or whatever, I would check them out too. It's a time for him to do it. You know what I mean? Holding out for AC/DC in Nashville. Yeah, aren't they going on tour with the Pretty Reckless? Aren't the Pretty Reckless one of their supporting acts for that? I think I saw something about that the other day. I started following Pretty Reckless on Instagram too now. So, um, yeah, when you make me cry, guys, again, if you make me cry, I feel like I owe you something now. Like, I could never love another Pretty Reckless song. I can hate the rest of them, but I will forever love her for putting that one song out. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I'm at with it, where it's like, even if I love her just because she did that song, that's it. You know what I mean? So if there's more songs, that's cool. There's more songs for me to like, that's awesome. So I don't even know if that's like a song that they typically do in the shows because they've been around for a hot minute. So I'm sure they have a lot of a set. You know what I mean? Same thing with the warning. You know what I mean? When you got hits from every album that everybody wants to hear, it's hard to play them all, especially when you're trying to promote new stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't even know if they even play that one. I don't know what the Pretty Reckless number ones or the biggest jams are from the Pretty Reckless. So, but I like what I've heard so far. I like her energy because she's different than like all the other ones that I think that I've listened to and checked out so far. She's got a lot more of that like traditional, like just kind of badass rock star energy. You know what I mean? In kind of a sad girl way, but puts on like a little bit of like the tough guy act, if that makes any sense. That's what I see in her. I see a lot of myself in a female version. If that makes any sense. It's probably weird to say, but I do. You know what I mean? She's just way prettier than I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a pretty fellow. I'm not a pretty fellow. She's a pretty lady though. All right. We are down to the last song of the night though. We're down to Home Free by the Butts remix. Is this gonna make it to YouTube, Mall? Like how crazy, how wild is this? What am I really getting in for tonight? 25 by the Pretty Reckless will really showcase Taylor for me. Is that the one, Steve, where the song she wrote about Chris Cornell? OTAB was telling me about one of the ones that she wrote about Chris Cornell that was going to probably like really connect with me hard. So I want to say it might have been 25. But yeah, I definitely want to check out more of the Pretty Reckless because again, like I said, there's something weird about Taylor that again, like I said, I feel like I kind of see myself in her a little bit, where she kind of reminds me of like a woman version of who I could have been in another life kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's what I think a lot of times like we look for sometimes in these artists, right? Is things that remind us of ourselves or people that we know. Um, and she for some reason is one that I feel like I connect with her in a different way than a lot of the other ones. Like I don't even remember what her name is. Courtney from Spirit Box. Um, different connection, but I really fucking like her. You know what I mean? I really like Spirit Box. But again, different connection, different thing I like about her. I know, right? Can you talking about like a major fucking band like the Pretty Reckless being your opener for like a show where you're gonna go see someone like AC/DC? Somebody sent me a video of Homeboy scooting across the stage, and I was like, yeah, these guys are old as fuck. I can't believe that they're still doing shows at all. All right, Anna, you have a great night. It is 11:30, so yeah, I appreciate you for hanging out, my friend. You have a wonderful evening, and we will talk soon. But yeah, we're gonna jump into this Home Free, and then we gonna cut it out for the night. I don't know what we're gonna get into, Anna, but we'll have it ready for you soon. Maul, do you want to shout out on this, or you want to keep it incognito? That's the thing. Maybe I should just shout out Maul to begin with. I should just give her all so much love and praise in this video, and then this will be like the most ridiculous song I've ever heard. Like how terrible would that be? Oh man, we love Maul around here, though. We don't want to make fun of Maul. Maul said this over with the best of intentions. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. That's what I'm saying. She's got me smiling over here. You know what I mean? She got me in a good mood, and I haven't even pressed play that. I don't even know what this even sounds like. It's all just off of the fact that this song is Butts remix. You know what I'm saying? Butts medley, home free vocal band. I have no idea what this is. Oh boy. Okay. What is going on, family? We are back, and this is our final song for tonight. And if you haven't joined any of the live streams, then you're definitely missing out, man, because we have some fun over here. So we are getting into our request from the one and the only, the wonderful Maul. We got to give her a lot of love and support because Maul is the best. She's one of the ones that holds us down in the Foxtrot family. So she knows that I've been going through a little bit of a difficult time lately, so she wanted to get me something that was probably going to maybe kind of brighten my mood and my spirits a little bit today. So we really want to just thank and shout her out for just even the attempt. You know what I'm saying? So I have no idea what we're about to get into, guys. I'm brand new to this artist, and the song title already has got me excited because I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, but we're about to find out. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Oh my God, Timmy. Look at her butt. It's so big. Looks like a country boy's girlfriend.
Hustler shooting 8-ball, throwing darts at the wall. Feeling damn near 10 feet tall. Here she comes, Lord help us all. OTW's girlfriend done slapped him out his chair. Poor old boy, it ain't his fault. It's so hard not to stare at that honky tonk, but don't condone. Keeping perfect rhythm make you wanna swing along. Got it going on like Donkey Kong. And ooh, shut my mouth, slap your grandma. There ought to be a law, get the sheriff on the phone. Lord have mercy, how'd she even get them britches on with that honky tonk? Double up, patty cake with no hands. Got me.
Oh man! Now it all making sense, right? It's called the Butts remix, right? And it's like almost like any song that was like majorly popular about the kadonkadonks, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like with the honky tonk, badonkey donk. I totally forgot about that song, man. I kind of did. Who was it that did that? Again, I'm not a country music guy, but I do remember, was it Trace Adkins, I think, was the one who did that song? Shout out to Johnny if Johnny was right about which country artist did that song. But yeah, Baby Got Back, we're just kind of mixing them all together. You know what I mean? It's fun. I dig it. It's making me smile. It's making me laugh. It's so like white country boy fun. For sure, because it's definitely the country boys having a good time out here.
In the club, make a wedding plan. If I take pictures while you do your dance, I can make you famous on Instagram. Hot damn it, her booty like 2 planets. Go ahead and go ham damage. Whoa, I can't stand it. Cause you know what to do with the big fat butt, big fat butt, big fat butt.
Okay, I remember this one too. It's the I can't. It's right, but it's that one. Jason Derulo. See, I got that one too. Hashtag Johnny's right about that one too.
But. Oh, won't you take me home tonight? Oh, down beside that red firelight. Oh, you gonna let it all hang out, fat bottom girls. You make the rockin' world go round. Fat bottom
Queen.
girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough cause you notice that butt was stuffed deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring.
Cisco.
For me, girl, shake it for me, girl, shake it for me. Now, country girl, shake it for me, girl, shake it for me, girl, shake it for me.
With that honky tonk.
Okay. You're gonna have to give me a minute on this one. I have to think of his name. Luke Bryan.
But donkey donk. Keeping perfect rhythm make you wanna swing along.
Got it going on like Donkey Kong. And ooh, shut my mouth. Thong, 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 thong.
There ought to be a law. Get the sheriff on the phone. Lord have mercy, how'd she even get them britches on?
That bottom girl.
Honky tonk,
That bottom
but
girl.
donkey donk.
That bottom girl, girl,
Shake it for me.
That bottom girls.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Hey everybody, we hope you enjoyed our butts.
Man, the best thing about this video too, guys, to be honest with you, is the fact that there was not the lady. You know what I mean? Like, it was all the guys. It was all about the guys making fun of themselves. And even though, like, you know, they're talking about and they're thinking about the ladies. You know what I mean? Like, they're having fun with it, and they didn't like over sexualize it, because they could have easily just brought a bunch of girls just, you know, shaking all over the place. But they didn't do that. They made it fun. They made it more of like a fun, happy thing than more of like a sexual thing, if you will. Even though a lot of those songs really were like rooted in the sexual like fantasies, if you will. So this was fun. I like this. And you guys have to let me definitely know which ones I got right and wrong. But I'm pretty sure I got most of them right, to be honest with you. I'm pretty proud of myself today. And those were mostly, there was a couple of country songs, but I think I got them right. Yeah, so you guys have to let me know for sure if I got them right. But if you have not joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. All right. Oh, but we not talking about Baby Got Back. Yeah, I didn't necessarily mention that. I think I mentioned it in the beginning, but I didn't like call it out. You know what I mean? I called out Baby Got Back in the beginning. I think that, at least I think I did. Or maybe I forgot to. But yeah, that was the one I felt was the most evident. Again, I always kind of feel like I don't touch on the thing that it's like, obviously it's there. But you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I probably didn't say Baby Got Back in that at any point in time, even though I was obviously thinking it, because they were using like some of the sample from the song. They were using samples from like all of it. So I thought that was dope. So good job, Mo. Good job, Mo. That was a great way to end the stream tonight. That was a great way to end the stream. Yeah, great. I think it was a fun night, guys. I only cried once tonight, right? I only cried once. It's becoming a thing now, man. I'm like, I cry every fucking stream, every episode now. At some point, and sometime, no instruments were harmed in this production. That was pretty much negative sexualization. Yeah, that's the best way to put it, where it doesn't make you feel sexy at all watching it. And that's what you kind of want. You just want to laugh. You know what I mean? Like you don't want it to be too sexual. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't translate right if it was a bunch of girls shaking around. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be the same translation. It wouldn't come across as the lightheartedness that it is. Does that make sense? So, yeah. All right, Elsie, you have a great night. Yeah, we are just going to start saying goodbye to people. That's kind of what we're doing. I'm going to chat to oblivion until Maul tells me that my face starts looking funny. You know what I mean? Another thing you guys need to know for sure is that as much as I might tease Maul sometimes and tease OTAB and tease Steve, you know, these are some of my favorite people on the planet. You guys, and you guys should know that they're some of my favorite people on the planet. So, they are awesome. They are awesome, and it's always from a place of love. You know, that's what we love in the Foxtrot family is we can kind of poke a little fun at each other, and it's all from the place of love. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody really gets too upset at some of our joking and stuff like that. And we're all very quick to be like, I just want to make sure that you know I am just kidding, and like and we're all very good about making sure that like nobody takes anything the wrong way. At the same time, so it's always fun. I gotta give them all a little bit of crap, even though she's the best and she always helps me with so much stuff, like really just all the time, and has from the beginning. So shout out to her. Never think I'm never be concerned, Ma, if I'm upset with you. I would tell you 1000% if I was upset with you. That's the kind of relationship we have where I'd be straight. I'd be like, yo, girl, you really bothered me the other day. You know what I mean? She said that I approve of the jokes because she's more comfortable with that than praise. That's what I'm saying. Like some of us, we don't take compliments very well. You know what I mean? Again, I tell you guys that all the time. Where as much as I love and it means so much that you guys do compliment me, I'm never looking for it. I'm never trying to get you to say it. You know what I mean? But it is nice to see. You know what I mean? It is nice to hear. It does make me feel better, but I don't take compliments very well. You know what I mean? I would rather you take, I don't want to say just talk shit. I'd rather you just, compliment somebody else so I can help jump on the compliment. You know what I mean? I'd rather talk about you than talk about me. That's how I am. I'd rather just talk about other people and their things. Hey, what is going on, Alan? I see you that you were asking for a request from Dimash. And honestly, my friend, we are actually just wrapping up for the night. We were actually getting ready to say goodbye, but we are going to hit Dimash on the next live stream, whenever that's going to be. We're going to hit Dimash on the next one. No, on the next one. If because you hopped on the live stream today, my friend, I will let you pick the song. And if you give me a song name right now that you want me to do, that will be the next Dimash video that I will do, and I will do it just for you. So if you got a request, you will get to be the one who gets to pick the next one I do. Gonzo, I meant to ask you the other day too. I was thinking about you because I know we translate a lot on the Discord for Legia. Do we need to also include Icelandic translations for you? Because I don't know if it's necessary, but I put Icelandic subtitles on every video because of you. I don't know if you need them or not, but I do it with you in mind. Does that make sense? I know you always write in English and stuff like that, but I might have missed on your explanation of how much English you do know or speak. But I've been meaning to ask you that at the same time if we needed to start doing that for you on the Discord as well. Nope, definitely not. Very versed in English from a young age. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure. But yes, I was just trying to be nice. I really was just thinking about you. So if it's not necessary, that'll just save me one little step in the future. But I've been adding them to all my reaction videos I put out now, just in case you needed them and you wanted to check out the videos. I do the same thing for Portuguese, Brazil for Legia too. Even though I think she only checks out a handful of the stuff I do. So. Oh yes, I have been. I have been. I might have forgotten them a couple of times, but I try to make sure I add them to everyone just in case you might want to check any of the ones I put out are. So, like I said, I think about you guys. I do. You guys mean a lot to me, especially like I said, you guys start hanging out in the Patreon and the Discord and stuff, and start really being really a part of the family that way. Yeah, you guys definitely get kind of push up the list of like. A lot of the ideas kind of come from your guys' directions. So, yes, Steve basically just mentioned about how the Warning Army got me onto the Spanish subtitles pretty quickly with the warning. So I've just always been trying to be very good about that. I put probably way too many subtitles on all my videos. Excuse me. Just for the simple fact of just like that, just in case, you know what I mean? I put like Japanese and Indonesian on all of my videos that the ones they probably don't even watch. When I probably could just put Indonesian and English on a VOB one and it would probably be fine. But I put like all 15 that I typically do just in case. You know what I mean? Again, about exclusive, not about bringing people together, not keeping it separated. You know what I mean? Not saying that anybody's going to automatically cross over, but just in case they might, it's there for them. You know what I mean? Don't ever want anybody to be like, oh, well, I would have checked out that reaction, but you didn't have the subtitles that I needed for it. You know what I mean? That would be a shitty way for somebody to not be able to connect with music. You know what I mean? Just because I forgot to put on a subtitle on something that they might have clicked on. It might become their next favorite song. You know what I mean? Oh yes, make sure that you join the Patreon for the exclusive feet picks. We put up the first one the other day too, guys. Well, I got another one in the tuck. I got another one. It's pretty spicy. The feet picks are starting live and well. You know, yeah, go tell your friends. Go tell your friends if you want to see another side of Johnny. You know what I'm saying? You want to see another side. Some some have some have called them perfect pictures, if you will. Um, they're going over quite well. They are. They are. I think I'm definitely going to get some new signups on the Patreon for sure. With providing this exclusive spicy content, I think on there for sure. Joe's being very clear. He goes, just so everybody knows, it's not really Johnny's feet. Yeah, I am not that dude. And if anybody thought that I was really the guy that's gonna put pictures of my feet up there or any like real feet pics, oh man, oh man, I'm gonna have a specific category for patrons for real feet pics. Those are the guys and people out there that I probably don't really, I think, want around the Foxtrot family is anybody who is dying to see what my feet look like. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, and of course everybody's into their own little things. Where you know what I'm saying? Where they all have their little thing that they might be a little bit more into than you know what people would I guess consider normal. So I'm not trying to shit on any of those things either. But I'm definitely not a foot fetish guy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think we joke about this because I think it's funny to me. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So yeah, that's no shame if anybody if that's your thing if you're into stuff like that. So with all within the confines of participating and consenting adults. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing, brother. You do your thing, lady. Whatever you're into. I know some of y'all out there are really into Ren's feet pics. Where's Pixie at? She's still on here? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make these posts with these feet pics like they're like my OnlyFans account. You know what I mean? See, Jessica, you put up a Brazil flag. Is that your background? Are you Portuguese Brazilian? I mentioned that earlier when I mentioned about Portuguese. So are you put up the Brazil flag? Is that kind of a little bit of your background by chance? Out of curiosity? Just because you put up the flag. I'm just a little curious now. Man, it's already midnight too. How long we go today? 3 hours. Yo, man. Man, that's about almost 8 hours in the last just two streams. Just the last two. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. Ah, very cool. Very cool, Jessica. Very cool. How much do you like the Portuguese subtitles? Do you utilize those? I know you speak English though too. So, do you speak a lot of that as well? Still, that's very cool. Very very cool. I have a buddy, one of my best friends in the last I've made in the last couple of years. He's Puerto Rican, and he doesn't speak like a lick of Spanish at all. And he sounds like he does. You know what I mean? He's my friend. I call him Poppy. I just refer to him as Poppy, right? So, like, you know, if I talk about him to anybody that knows him, I just call him Poppy, and so that way they know who I'm talking about. What's funny about Poppy is the fact that Poppy, like I said, sounds like he speaks English. It's like he speaks Spanish, but he don't speak any Spanish. Um, so his Puerto Rican sister, she gives him a lot of shit because, you know, as the white guy, you know, in the relationship, I don't try to tease him about that, but I do give him a little bit of shit where I was like, what good are you, fam? When we go to these spots, you're just as bad as I am. You know what I mean? You're not helping these situations. I need to call him, man. I need to call him. Man, I got his Christmas present. I got his Christmas present already. Um, but I need to hit him up because he normally goes on like these like extravagant vacations around the New Year's where he goes and travels by himself and or with somebody for like 2-3 weeks. And he always goes like to these foreign countries, like every time he goes somewhere new, typically. So I need to call Poppy and see what he's doing. I miss him. I miss him. One of my favorite bands are from Brazil. I don't think I listen to any bands from Brazil. Hey, hey, Elsie, shout out to you, Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican's in the house. What's up? Puerto Ricans are great, yo. You know, not to say that anybody else is better than anybody, but Puerto Ricans are fire. You know what I mean? I love my Puerto Rican friends. They're all of them are unique, and all of them are some of the best people I've ever met. You know what I mean? Like instant connections with those guys and girls. Um, yeah, I love my Puerto Rican friends. We actually have a lot of Puerto Rican people around in Pennsylvania and New Jersey because a lot of them like when they move like out of like New York City and like like North Jersey and stuff, a lot of them start spreading like kind of to some of the cities around here. So I've had a lot of Puerto Rican friends that I've made out here in the middle of farmland countries and whatnot. It's kind of random, like, you know, to think of out here in farm country. You know what I mean? But yeah, love my Puerto Rican friends. Yes, our friend Angel is Puerto Rican. I do remember him saying that he was Puerto Rican. So yeah, he's one of the people I think about too when I think about like at least anybody who we've become friends with on the channel and whatnot. Um, like when I think about like where they're from or people's backgrounds and nationalities, you know, when I think about Puerto Rico, I definitely think about him. So now, Jessica, I'm gonna start thinking about you with Ligia, you know, as part of the Brazil family. You know, there's a few people from Brazil. This is really cool. But yeah, you're part of like the Baltimore club though. You know what I mean? Like the Baltimore club, that's like one of like the original clubs, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a great night. That was a great fun night. And I can't wait till the morning come back to town again so we can do it up again. It's gonna be fun. And hopefully it's gonna be somewhere else other than the Rams head, because again, you guys have heard me talk about that. I'm not a big fan of that venue. Don't really love the Rams head. It's just set up like it's never a good thing when you're set up long ways instead of deep. Does that make sense? Like it's never good to be sideways. You know, the stage is only so wide, so why would it be like 10 times wider than the stage is? You know what I mean? It should be deeper, but that's an architectural design flaw that I wasn't there to point out to anybody, and that nor would anybody have listened to ya boy if I was. Let's see. Oh yeah, but for real, Jessica, you tell our friend Angel that I'm still disappointed in him. You know, he don't be commenting as much as he used to. You know what I mean? Tell him I miss him still. You tell him I miss him. You know, he'll come back every time I say hi to him, but then he disappears on me again. So tell him he needs to come hang out on one of these live streams one of these days. I'll do a request just for him if he does. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll get soundstage. That would be better. Like I said, I hope that whenever they come back, it's just that they're not going to play at the Rams Head. There's almost any other venue I'd be happy with. You know what I mean? Almost any other one I'd be happy with. And I have a feeling the next time the Warning come to town, I'm probably going to go to a handful of shows. So, yeah, that's just too much fun to get out there with the Warning Army. Because, yeah, it's fun to get out there with you guys. And again, we're gonna get a little circle pit going on one of these songs. I swear to God, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at one of these shows sometime, someplace, somewhere, somehow. If anybody wants to come with me to Philadelphia, I'm going to Wind Waker next year. I think it's like in May or March, so we can go have fun at Wind Waker. I need some friends to go with me to Wind Waker. I need somebody to go. Jessica says she'll tell him. Sweet. Yeah, gotta give him a little bit of shit, man. Gotta give him a little bit of shit. Come hang out sometime. Oh, look at you, Bonnie. Yeah, you lived all over the city. Look at that. Nice. Yeah, I've never been cool enough to live up in a cool place like that. I love New York City, but I've never lived there. It's one of the few places I've never lived. Oh, I did that. There's tons of places I haven't lived. But I have lived a little bit all over the place, though. Well, all right, gentlemen. It has been fun. It has been real, and it has been real fun. You guys are the best. I know I say that almost every time, and I know I compliment you guys probably way more than you guys want to hear, but I'm going to do it for the rest of time. And say again that I couldn't do this without you guys. You guys give me so much strength every day to continue to persevere and push through these bad days. You know what I mean? Where I told my wife going into it, when she was like, have a good time, like, go have fun. I said, I'm gonna try my best. I'm like, I'm just sad today and I'm going through it. And she goes, yeah, but when are you not going through it? You know what I mean? I was like, you got a point. You know what I mean? It's like you're going through it every day in your life, bro. And like, when you're coming out of it on the better end of like the real bad days, like, you gotta recognize the fact that you are doing better than you have been. And she kind of reminded me of that today, where I was in a better mood than I really have been all week. And even though I have been very sad today, and I still feel like I just need to like kind of get some tears out, you know what I mean? Just get a good little like another little cry out. And I have been in a good mood today. You know what I mean? It has been a good day. It has been a good Sunday. It has been a Sunday that I took back for myself. So, and you guys are a big part of that. You guys really are. Again, I don't think I could compliment and thank you guys enough for what you guys do and mean to me in this community. Again, you guys make it easier to try to get up and do this every day and to try to persevere. Yeah, it's been the end of the year. It's been a lot of time for reflection and all that kinds of stuff. And now that I'm kind of coming out of the black cloud, I've been trying to think of like the positive things of the year. You know what I'm saying? Instead of beating myself up of everything that could have done better or could have did this better, or why didn't I hit this goal or that goal or whatever. It's more trying to reflect on all the positivity of the things that I have been able to do and have been able to achieve, and just being thankful for that. And again, you guys are a major part of that for me. So as much as I don't believe in myself, I feel like your guys' belief in me helps me more than I could really thank you all for. So thank you guys so much for spending any of your time. I know it's precious. I know it is. Any of your time with me in here on the Foxtrot family. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful start to your week. I hope it's already Monday here. So I hope your Mondays and the rest of your Sundays are amazing and filled with love. And do yourself a favor and be kind to a stranger today. You know what I mean? Just be nice to somebody who didn't ask for it. Didn't, just because you want to. Just be nice to somebody just on purpose today. You know what I mean? And tell somebody that you love in your life that you love them. You know what I mean? Just reach out to them and just tell them that they're important to you and that you're glad that they're around. You know what I mean? Those little heartfelt messages can mean a lot sometimes in a moment. So yeah, tell somebody that you love them today and be kind to a stranger. Because you guys are kind to me every day. So go do it for somebody else today. But I am going to say thank you one more time to all the mods and everybody who hung out today. And I'm going to start staring aimlessly into the abyss until Maul starts giving me that face of like Johnny's going into weird face land. I kind of like to see her little emojis pop up. It makes me laugh every time I check it out. But you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all very, very soon. Not sure when the next time I'm going to get on here is, but yeah, probably Tuesday. Tuesday for Angelina, and then Wednesday. So yeah, probably tomorrow, not tomorrow. But yeah, I got to go record for Poe and get that out here in the next couple of days. So we're going to get that out very, very soon. But you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for AJ. If not on AJ, we'll see you on Wednesday. So you guys have a good one. Thank you guys all so much. I love you all. Have a good rest of your day. And I'm going to start staring off into the abyss. I'm going to just start shutting the set down. You know what I mean? Like, light off. Just start slowly turning the lights off. That way everybody knows, like, the show is slowly ending.